Alrighty, guys. So this is our audio test. Aaron, if you're hearing this, just hit my that usual audio test.
Brian, you can get your link right.
Well, the link in Crypto Corner.
Yeah, you can put it to you get up to the front YouTube talk to
Alright, Aaron.
your camera approach us first.
Yeah. You gotta deal with that. Wait here. Alright. I definitely in here. Alrighty. Well. You hear next one. Alright, I pause off the squad there. So that's the startup game here. Alright, so for the news for people who join in the chat here, I'm actually back in Trinidad. So I'm back in Trinidad. I don't have full setup. It's a big reason why I wasn't able to stream. I will be streaming more in the coming future. A soft? Okay, let me increase it. Tell me if that's a little better. That's better? It's not significant, but still soft. Okay, I'm gonna raise it a little more. How's it not? No. Get a haircut now, bro. Everywhere's closed. Everywhere's closed, 7. Sadly. F's in the chat. Alright, for the fellas who now join in here. So, surprise, I'm actually back in Trinidad. So, if any of y'all want to meet up on online, we can't because we're in a state of emergency. But, yeah. Back in Trinidad. Boom. Devon in the chat. Aaron in the chat. Darren in the chat. I think we have a little nice stream here. Yes. Okay, it's a little distorted. Jeez. Alright. Darren, your MC. Alright. So that means we chat getting real nice and sweaty one time. Let me take a look at the markets while the chat getting up and ready. We don't really like to watch the markets too much right now. But let me take a look at it right now. Organize a cream cheese one-term line. Yeah. That happening. Alright, so Bitcoin at an all-time sale price of $42,000. You really can't get better than that. And Ethereum at 3,349. So honestly, it's crazy value. We've been talking about this. How you could do that to Pags, boy. Wow, do to Pags. What could do to Pags? I see while them other coins getting wrecked. Yeah. The coins getting wrecked, but a lot of people they're just like almost trading it just back and forth, and they don't understand the fundamental value. They understand the technical value. It's good to trade like that back and forth, but it's super important to understand the fundamental value. Now, Aaron, you would remember I was talking about this right here. I said when we get close to 10, that's we will be reaching crazy values. So if we come here and we come to Ethereum, I see while them coins getting wrecked. Yeah, Matic. I told you, Aaron, I said Matic will be killing it. Remember, I actually said, I believe I told Devon too. I said, Matic, aka Susu, not Susu coin. It's the update on Susu coin. We're trying to avoid the government cracking down on us. I don't know. I find coin market cap these days real sticking. I'm gonna check if CoinGecko up. I don't know if you guys have any same problem with CoinMarketCap. I don't know. It's taking a lot of time right these days. So, if I came here to Ethereum, I'm assuming everything will kind of load on time. And we wanna see the Ethereum max right here. Is how I get in some BTC at 48. Should I wait? However, smaller discounts is still discounts. 48 or you mean 43? The app working good for me so far. Yeah, graphs don't load for me on CoinMarket. Okay. So if you check the price of Bitcoin against so Bitcoin against Ethereum. You see this? I don't know. We could go back in the old charts and I showed you. I said we're trying to see if we see this back here. Look at this. This was the all-time high. Right now, 0.07 Bitcoin is 1 Ether. So that's crazy. Hey, yo, Kyle, I see you in the chat. So just understand this chart. Look, this yellow chart here, which I can click in and click out, right? This is Ethereum's price, and this is Bitcoin's price relative to Ethereum. And you can see here, as Bitcoin drops off here, you can see Ethereum. Look at it. This is a price comparison. This is not Ethereum's price, by the way. So if we look at, I believe the dominance is here. Look at BTC's dominance. 37%. That's wild. That is absolutely wild. That means that Bitcoin is less than 50% of all the crypto market right now. This is an absolutely amazing time to buy Bitcoin. The lowest it has ever been is 33, and right now it is 39. So that's just a quick market update. Let's see what coins are doing well or not doing well. So the top 10 is kind of the same top 10. Surprisingly, Polkadot never moved much after earlier this year. You said Matic, which is Polygon, is doing well, which it is. And that's why I'm gonna make a video on layer 2. I need to make a video on layer 2 and all the different ways Matic achieves layer 2 on Ethereum and what is the value on Ethereum layer 2. There's a lot of potential here, and I think when I actually do make a video, it'll be good. So yeah, it's been up from, let's say, $1.70 all the way up to 243. So that's a good amount. Now let's get into the slides of the day, right? So wait, I usually check in with the layer 2 for the win. Yeah, cool. So just from the chat, I just want some thumbs up. You're ready to go to the slides? Solana has been doing relatively well too. Let's check out Solana. I'm actually not too familiar with Solana. Let's see Solano.com. Let's take a quick read. Build crypto apps that scale. Solana is fast, secure. Start building. Okay, so I have 2 thumbs up. Serum, USDC. Okay, so there's a lot of different. Try to break Solana. Is it its own blockchain? So I'll read more on Solana. Okay, that's 3 thumbs up. So that's probably half of my viewership right there. So we definitely go in. I thought Devan would have put a thumbs up, but he probably watching from a TV screen. Alright guys, let's get into the presentation. It's not a long presentation. Darius was listening to me when I was trying to whip it up quickly. I didn't have much time. I had a lot of meetings and work today. Classes as well. Well, not classes, meeting with the PhD team. But we got something together. Usually I would clip from here, but these days I'm just going to leave up the entire stream because a lot of people told me they looked back at the old streams and got a lot of value from just watching the entire stream as is. So I'm not gonna close it off. So you all will get the entire thing. So, and I know all of you always don't have the time to come here at the same time as well to watch the stream. So I completely I'm so happy and valuable that I value this little group we have here, and we're gonna work with each other to continuously grow each other's crypto knowledge and crypto experience through all the different things we do. So let's get into it. So something we have to note first is Elon Musk. He is the owner of Tesla. He's the owner of SpaceX. Not full owner, but part owner. Oh, we're getting real thumbs up there. But yeah, he's part owner of SpaceX. Founder of SpaceX. He's founded PayPal. He founded a lot of companies right now. So he's a very famous CEO. Not much CEOs are famous and also, let's say, completely open to public discussion, such as Twitter. So Elon, as you would have known, last week would have put out a tweet and the market literally sinked. It dropped. I was gonna buy at 50k and I didn't even get a chance to buy it. It went further down. So it's crazy. People think this is like the end of crypto. It's not. We've seen how much times people call the end of crypto, but we'll continue on. Also, by the way, if you're watching this video, please hit the video a like. Elon usually reminds me, and I usually forget, but please, yeah, hit it a like. Okay, so what was Elon's tweet? Tesla has suspended vehicle purchases using Bitcoin. We are concerned about rapidly increasing use of fossil fuels for Bitcoin mining and transactions, especially coal, which has the worst emissions of any fuel. Cryptocurrency is a good idea on many levels, but we believe it has a promising future, but this cannot come at a great cost to the environment. Tesla will not be selling any Bitcoin and we intend to use it for transactions as soon as mining transitions to more sustainable energy. We are looking at other cryptocurrencies that use less than 1% of Bitcoin's energy per transaction. So, let's look at, let's see other parodies of this same tweet. So this was a parody tweet somebody else put out. Lolly has officially suspended buying Teslas. We are deeply concerned about the CEO's inability to understand that Bitcoin is largely mined with renewable energy estimated 75%. Tesla is a good idea on many levels, and we believe it has a promising future, but this cannot come at the cost of the future decentralized financial system. Lolly will not be giving Bitcoins back on any Teslas or we be buying Teslas. We will be looking for companies that support inevitable Bitcoin standard. So this is almost a parody on what the same tweet looks like from Elon on the other side. Now, some interesting points. I think actions speak louder than words. And the actions we have to look at, they stopped accepting Bitcoin as a payment. And the second action is they kept Bitcoin on Tesla's balance sheets. So think about it like this. If they really didn't care about Bitcoin, why didn't they just sell out their Bitcoin? Something to think about. And they stop accepting Bitcoin as payment. Now, I don't know if you're familiar with the regulatory environment in the US, but it's actually pretty shitty. And buying something with Bitcoins in the US is a hellstorm. You would have to send that person the Bitcoins. You would have to calculate your capital gains tax on the Bitcoin you sell and pay back taxes on that. Plus, you have to pay sales tax on the transaction. So there's so much problems in using Bitcoin as a currency abroad, not abroad, but specifically the United States, because of its lag in regulations, that it's more hard to buy with Bitcoin. So it makes perfect sense to stop accepting Bitcoin as a payment. And look at this, it kept Bitcoin on Tesla's balance sheet, which does prove that it does think about the long-term value of Bitcoin. Now, let's think about it. Elon, arguably one of the smartest people on earth right now in terms of the ability to execute on products and ideas. Did he just realize that Bitcoin uses a lot of power? You telling me one of the guys who started PayPal, SpaceX that lands rockets on, rockets that land on itself, right? Reusable rockets. Company that self-driving cars. You telling me he didn't realize Bitcoin uses a lot of power? Is he just having fun manipulating unregulated markets? Is that what he does for fun? Is he trying to crash the market so he can buy the dip? Did he always know and is under pressure from the Tesla board? Now, I think this is more likely. I think it's more likely that he was under the pressure from the Tesla board to make a statement. it's uncommon for Elon to tweet a pre-written note. So you would notice in the note, it would say, we are also looking at other cryptocurrencies. We. Who is we in Elon's tweet? Pooja wanted to find in what way is Bitcoin mining sustainable, as mentioned in the response article. So most companies that mine Bitcoin, they use, like, let's say windmills, hydroelectric power. So what happens is most places where you get a reason what do you call it, most places you get sustainable what do you call it, what they had sustainable energy from windmills and all these solar farms and all this stuff. What happens is you could capture that energy, but it's difficult to store it, right? You don't have battery banks just to store all the energy. So you have all this energy being created, but a certain amount of it is just let off. So you would remember, let's say in Petrotrin, they would have been just burning natural gas through fire on the top of the tower, because there's all this energy, but you have to burn it, you have to get rid of it. So that energy is very cheap. It's cheap because nobody's buying it. It's excess. And what happens is they move mining farms wherever electricity is cheap. So if you wanted, let's just do a quick Google. Bitcoin sustainable energy. Okay. Yeah. So for people who mine Bitcoin, it's all about getting the cheapest Bitcoin. The cheapest cost to get Bitcoin. Let's see. Images might be the best bet. Oh god. Bitcoin in Scandinavia's crypto boom. Comment and what the industries want to take advantage of the green energy. There is cheap and mainly comes from renewable sources, but other industries also want to take advantage of this green energy. So there a lot of mining is done right now in Scandinavia. You can see from the and because the renewable energy is cheap there. But they competing with other energy, other industries for it. Anyway, let's get back to the presentation. Devan say his wife understands, right? So, continuing back. So, I was saying it's uncommon for Elon to tweet a pre-written note, right? With we. So I don't know if you actually saw the tweet on Twitter, but he actually took a screenshot of our notes app and sent it on to Twitter. Elon, crypto whale Bitcoiners are going to slap themselves next quarter when they find out Tesla dumped the rest of their Bitcoin holdings. With the amount that hate of Elon Musk is getting, I wouldn't blame him. Elon Musk, indeed. Man, know what he doing. He wouldn't be able to do that because he would get in trouble with the SEC filings. So whenever, let's say Elon Musk Tesla wanted to sell all their Bitcoins, remember that they have a fiduciary right to the people who own Tesla stocks to let them know if they're selling Bitcoin or buying Bitcoin. So they would have to do a SEC filing to let people know that they have sold their Bitcoins. So that's not possible here on whichever crypto will put that. So moving on. So I postulate this hypothetical situation, and this was popularized by a YouTuber, I think Andre Jack. The response send the market further down. Okay, so what's more likely? Exclusive. Tesla seeks entry into US renewable fuel credit market. So what happens is right now Tesla is trying to be able to get into this US renewable fuel credit market. But to get that, you need certain approvals from certain bodies, right? You need approvals from the Environmental Protection Agency, also known as the EPA. And what happens is the EPA could approve or deny a company to be able to access this renewable fuel credit market. So but it's very open and clear right now that the EPA is not happy with Bitcoin. So do I, be it Elon, drop Bitcoin to get access to $1 billion of credit money? It makes sense. What he did was he stopped accepting it as payments, but he still accepts it as in putting it as a store of value. So he's getting the best of both worlds. He's getting to keep his Bitcoin, but pretend like he's virtue signaling about the environment. So again, Tesla still owns over $1 billion in BTC, $1 billion worth of BTC. And if Bitcoin was really evil or bad, he would have sold it. Wouldn't they have sold it? I think that's just simple hypocrisy. This is a statement that was brought out against Tesla in terms of that same statement. Should people stop buying Teslas because their batteries use lithium ion, which is harmful to the earth? What about rocket fuel for SpaceX? So sometimes you need, let's say, certain sources that is not the best, but that's because long term it has a better goal. Long term, using electric cars is better than using gas vehicles. Long term, using rocket fuel is necessary because later on you're going to have better means of getting transportation to other worlds. It's better to become a cohabitated world. So you have Earth and you have Mars. So it's kind of hypocritical to really say that you don't want to use Bitcoin because it has a negative environmental impact when you have lithium-ion batteries, which is harmful to the earth, and you're using rocket fuel, spreading carbon. So yeah, Pooja, Elon, just trolling. He is a troll and he's famous for being a troll. You could actually go on YouTube and find compilations. Yes, Devan, right? The right word. Multi-planetary species. That is the right word. So that was the main point of the video today, is to talk about Elon, what he tweeted, which was this. Give some of my thoughts. I believe something like this is super important. He wants to be able to access renewable fuel credits market, and he wants the tax write-offs to be for being an environmentally friendly company and having those let's say taxes of the company. And to do that, he needs to look like he's fighting for the environment. So, to me, I don't think there's a negative signal. I think what we're going to have happen, and I actually remember talking to Devan about this. I don't know if you remember this talk, Devan, I had with you. And I said, I believe Bitcoin is going to do what it did in 2013. And I'll show you guys what Bitcoin did in 2013. Elon should have the own coin, troll coin. I think people have made that coin for him, to be very honest. So we're gonna watch Bitcoin back in, could we get the graph? So to get this graph, I'm gonna have to scroll this back like this. Watch it all the way here, and you're gonna see does this go back to 2013? It doesn't go back far enough. Let's see if I can get this. I think goes back far enough. Is it? Does it go far back enough? It doesn't. So let me go into look into Bitcoin. You know, I like to use look into Bitcoin. Let's look at the pi cycle top, because the pi cycle top was an interesting thing, and I told you guys about the pi cycle top. I actually told you all when the indicator hit, which was here, and we were right. It actually did declare the all-time high, which was 64,000. What do you think about his apparent interest in improving Dogecoin? I think it will be short-lived. I don't think Dogecoin is that amazing of a technology. It's basically watered down Bitcoin because they just printed more, and it has no real vision, I would say. So just back in 2013, just to look at this graph here, you would have seen that Bitcoin went to 161 and then 1,000. There was a double peak. So for that bull run of 2013, Bitcoin peaked twice. It went up to 230, crashed all the way down to 66, and then went up to 1,000. We got two all-time highs. If we just zoom in here, all-time high here and all-time high here. So I believe And Devan, I don't know if you remember me saying this about a month ago or 2 months ago. I was actually in the research lab when I told you. I said I think Bitcoin is going to do what it did in 2013. I think the market is going to go up, hit it, come back down, recalibrate, and then it's going to shoot back up again. Yeah. So if we come here now and we look at a great chart, and I think this is a chart you guys need to monitor a lot, and it has been super accurate over the years. It's the stock to flow model, and I'll continue using this graph. You would see over here that right now, based on the current stock to flow of how much Bitcoin should be worth around $80,000. But right now it's worth 40,000. So this is almost half the value. You told us a few months ago too. Right. Cool. Elon remembers. So yeah. So if we look at the stock to flow model, Bitcoin is literally worth half of what it should be worth right now. And if we look at previous times before, the yellow is usually half. This was around $5,000. And this was what? 2,500. This was worth 167. And this was worth, what, 90? So the yellow is usually an indicator of right before the run-up. And to me, Bitcoin is right above that run-up period. Watch it. One here. I think there's going to be a huge run-up. That's my belief. That's what I think it's going to do. And I just usually give you all my thoughts. It's not financial advice, but it's just important to understand where things are. If we look at things like the MRZ Z-score, which usually tells us when is a good time to sell, you can see we actually never entered that region and we're going down. So the question is, like, you see how it goes down and it goes back up? The question is if it's going back up. You can see this is 2013 again, the bull run. It actually went down and went back up. So in that one bull run, there were two peaks. There were one peak. I think it's possible later down in the year. And this is October here, November. And down to July, it went at the lowest point. And then around September, October is when it picked back up. So just look at that. So this is really the best time to enter the market when the MRZ score would probably be there. I would just be buying it all now because I believe there's a lot still to go. Let's see what other charts we want to look at here. Just to give you all an idea of like where things are. So probably a good thing to look at is the 1,000 Bitcoins chart. So people with over 1,000 Bitcoins, what are they doing? So this is wheels. And let's see what wheels are doing right now. You could say wheels have been either dumping their Bitcoin or splitting it into multiple wallets. So that's what this looks like right now. If we look at what people with 100 Bitcoins are doing, let's see what they're doing. People with 100 Bitcoins have barely done anything. Look at that. They've barely, the number of addresses with over 100 Bitcoins have barely done anything. And these are like the regular wheels, I would say. Important, another chart to watch is the golden ratio multiplier. These are the give the logarithmic let's say extremities of the graph. So if we look here, you would see currently we're dropping below this green line here, which is usually our accumulation phase. This is a low bull run, upper bull run. We never made it to where this line should be. So a lot of people are calling the bull market over. I don't believe it is. Let me go back here. Let's look back at this double. Oh god. Back in 2013, it went up. Yeah. Let's see what other charts. So I think now is a good time for questions. I can answer some questions and then we'll close it off. This is the chart I was looking for. So you can see what is happening here is because it's going down here. That means the run up could be even bigger and bigger. So far I've bought a couple about 10,000. I have more to buy. I want to buy about like hopefully 50,000, but buying is not easy in Trinidad, and you know, it is what it is. If somebody can help me with moving the crypto, I would love to do that. But yeah, I buy as much as I could buy. Bitcoin profitable days. This is the first time in a long time it has a negative here. So look at it. The number of days Bitcoin's traded in history while holding Bitcoin has been profitable relative to today's price. So yeah, any questions? I hate to answer questions. We did like a half an hour stream so far, and I'm actually like holding my mic here, so you know. I don't have like my mic like where back in my apartment, so I have to manually hold the mic up to the screen. It's kind of sad, but it is what it is. Sorry for the camera quality, guys. Hopefully I'll be hooking back up all the camera equipment, and we'll have a better stream next time. I saw Kyle, he was happy to see layer 2, so I'll definitely be doing layer 2. Mines will be cleared when you cover layer 2. So layer 2 will cover things like plasma, payment channels, optimism, ZK snacks. Hey, Ghosty Gamer, what's up? I haven't seen you in the chat before, so you seem to be a new guy. Thanks for coming. Hope you stay. No, sorry, you were here before. Were you? Yeah. You were here before. Yeah. This is either your second or your third time you're in a stream. I mix up the names sometimes, so sorry guys. Apologies for the mixing ups. So yeah, any questions out there for me? Second, right. And I know you came here like once or twice. That was it. Any questions? I willing to tackle them. Any questions you all have straight up? I could probably give you my take on it. I've been given many takes this entire month, and after I spoke to Devan, he said anytime I talk about crypto, just record it and just throw it straight on YouTube, because what happened is I'm saying all these things and then I just forgetting it. Recently learned about MEV. Can you explain that a bit? MEV. I'm not too sure what MEV is, so maybe it's an acronym. I don't know. Okay, Darren, say 1 sec. What's your thoughts on Doge proof of stake? To me, it doesn't even matter if Doge is proof of stake or proof of work, because it doesn't do anything interesting. It's almost like I guess Cardano right now, because you could stake Cardano, but until you could do smart contracts, it's just another blockchain. It's just another like Bitcoin Cash or Bitcoin Gold. You have to do something with the blockchain to make it things. Miner extracted value in Ethereum. Okay, I'll Google it. So miner extracted value. I've seen some questions here. Alright, do you think this crash could create a shift to persons investing more in proof of stake coins? I actually do think more people are gonna get into proof of stake coins, because they have been pushed from people like Kevin O'Leary. If you see my last video about blood coins, and he's talking about basically, imagine you have a stock company, and one of their mission statements or one of their company goals is to invest in sustainable assets, right? And what happens is when that company has to buy like gold or bonds or whatever, they have to purchase knowing that they have to follow that mission statement. And if they don't, then they can't hold it on their balance sheet, or maybe investors will pull out. So then they would force to say, okay, how about let's have a cryptocurrency, let's say group of cryptocurrencies you could buy, let's say a basket, but none of them work on proof of stake. So that's completely possible. You could get like a E2 Cardano, let's say basket with proof of stake coins is totally possible. But the thing about it is proof of stake is not proven to be working yet. I don't think a lot of people know that, like, proof of stake is not simple. So Binance chain was actually hacked recently. Binance coin hack. This was interesting. Let's see if Binance coin is still there. I actually didn't notice if it was still there or not. Binance is trash to me. So Binance coin still holding some decent value. Hackers stole 40 million from Binance crypto exchange, and Binance has been fairly forthcoming about the hack, dealing, blah blah blah. Its hackers use a variety of techniques, including phishing, viruses, and other. The hackers had the patience to wait and execute well-orchestrated actions through multiple, seemingly independent accounts. At the most opportune, the transaction is structured in a way that it passes our existing security checks. Binance was kept in Binance so-called hot wallets, which, unlike cold wallets, are connected to the internet and filch those funds in a single transaction. Long story short, Binance's coin is trash, as in using Binance Pancake Swap and using that technology. I left a like, bro. Thanks, Ghost Gamer. Thank you so much. I'm very appreciative of your likes. So Binance is essentially a centralized proof of stake coin. Just understand why I say that. A stake blockchain. So Charles Hutchinson says that and claims that, but I mean, we'll have to see how it goes. I'll give you our next instance. So you might not know this, but IOHK. Let me put this down. You guys know of IOHK, right? Input Output Hong Kong, right? Input Output Hong Kong is the company that owns Cardano, who owns ADA. It is this is the company that Charles Hutchinson created to own Cardano, right? And IOHK supports Ethereum Classic, right? So you would see here IOHK Ethereum Classic Summit. So Ethereum Classic, the original Ethereum that was the hacked version of Ethereum, IOHK, aka Charles Hutchinson, he still supports that hacked version he supports the hacked version of Ethereum Classic. But look at what happened in Ethereum Classic, double spend. Gotta support my fellow Trinis. Thank you so much. You always have to support your Trinis, and I will support any of you guys' endeavors. Let's look at this one. Ethereum Classic attack double spends $1.68 million, right? So you telling me that that Charles Hutchinson, he supports and actually actively spends money to support Ethereum Classic, and you telling me it being attacked? So when people tell me, yeah, either it's secure, I have to wonder, well, why would Charles Hutchinson actually fund Ethereum Classic, but then Ethereum Classic is still unsafe? If that makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense. Somebody write in the chat. So I think I answered Darren's question. I do believe a lot of people will be investing in proof of stake coins, yes, but I don't think it's proven to be safe yet. The jury is still out on that. I was looking at miner extracted value. So let me go after that. Yeah, I just if you could get some just in the chat, somebody could type if that makes sense to them or not, what I said. Okay, so in a nutshell, the Ethereum blockchain is written by consensus, but the content of each block is chosen by one miner. Miners can profit from users by front-running, back-running, and sandwiching, generally exploiting transactions in their block however they choose. Written. A revenue, blah blah blah, miner extract value is completely derived from logical combination of what you get when you combine miners and front-running together. Scan the mempool to find transactions attempting to score arbitrage on Ethereum, then they pay miners a little bit more for the same transaction to pocket the arbitrage value themselves. Then they pay miners a little bit more for the same. But what happens when two or more fronters in these cases, fronters keep bidding higher and higher. Who bid a gas fee as a they're trying to clean the transaction. Okay, so essentially what miner extracted value is somebody is trying to pay a high transaction fee for a high priority transaction, which is an arbitrage. And what happens is, what if two people are competing to get their transaction into the blockchain? You essentially end up in a bidding war, and that bidding war is basically profitable for the miners. So that's what miner extracted value is. As in, he didn't agree with how Ethereum team dealt with the original DAO hack, so he supports the hack version. Lol, not sure if that's petty or not. So you're correct. That is what it is, Nicholas Jacob. He does support it in that way, and not just support it morally. I mean support it financially. He still pays for support in terms of developers on Ethereum Classic, and the fact that Ethereum Classic is still being hacked to this day. It's sad for me to believe that he couldn't get smart people who work on Cardano to help out on Ethereum Classic, if that makes sense. Ethereum Classic uses proof of work, and if they can't get proof of work to be safe, what's the chances that they get proof of stake working? I'm not saying proof of stake wouldn't work on Ethereum Classic. You just have to look at the risk. So I was letting somebody know today that, funny enough, IOHK owns Cardano and owns the ADA essentially, as in the project and how the project operates. And that's a risk because that's a door to knock on. So what I always tell people is the reason Bitcoin can't be stopped is because the government, the United States, has no door to kick down to stop it. And as a reason, they couldn't stop BitTorrent. There was no doors to kick down to stop torrenting. But there was a door to kick down for Silk Road. And there's a door to kick down for Cardano. So that's the risk I would say with Cardano. Even with Ethereum, there is a slight door to kick down, which is the Ethereum Foundation. However, Ethereum Foundation does not own the Ethereum blockchain. They just provide updates, and it's up to the miners and the blockchain holders to really decide if they're going to keep Bitcoin. I mean, sorry, to update the Ethereum network. So let's say Vitalik doesn't have total control over Ethereum. Okay, as in he didn't agree, right? I think I saw somewhere that miners have made 180 million off of MEV. I mean, the amount of fees has been happening. You were getting fees of over like 300, 500 US per transaction. That's like a PS5 to send a transaction. That's just a transaction fee. So it's been crazy. I wouldn't doubt it, Nicholas. I think you're on the ball. So I think I've answered a lot of questions. I don't know if anybody has any more questions. I'll answer one more question if I see one, and if I don't see any, he claims to be doing that on principle. Nah, you could say principle or petty, up to you. Yeah, I'll answer any one more question. If I don't see any, I'll close off this stream. I've been so happy that we've been able to have these streams. I'll try to have them more. I know I wasn't able to have one last week and the week before, and that was actually because I've been trying sneaky beaky to travel into Trinidad. I've been in quarantine and lockdown. I'm now finally home, and yeah. So I'll be knocking out more content. I'm considering creating like short form 5-minute content to just do quick snaps on was a wallet, was a crypto on ramp, was a exchange, was a hot wallet, just quick content. Man should do a MEV mining tutorial next time. Honestly, the amount of tutorials I'm supposed to be making. But yeah. Man, catch a boat, yes. It's been crazy. I had to take 3 flights to get here. I'm actually going to make a YouTube video explaining the entire process and how much money it costs to come back to Trinidad. So, thank you guys so much for coming out. I'm not seeing any questions. I've been, so glad to to have a great community. Again, thanking everybody, even down to Ghosty Gaming for the second time coming back and joining the squad. I hope I provide a lot of value. And remember, all these videos are here so you could watch back. You could tell somebody to watch this video. You could send them a specific portion. And there's a lot of value in crypto. Crypto is going to be here for the next 10, 20, 30 years. And I want to be able to say I could look back at being in it early. So thanks so much again, guys. And yeah, let's just keep pushing forward. So enjoy the rest of your night.